welcome to Cap Talk. Such a pleasure to have you with me today, driving through this colourful township of Soweto.
Thank you very much, and it's great to be here, and I'm so excited to show you kind of like my town photographically.
I love spending time with you because you are full of amazing stories, and I'm sure as a photographer you have tons of amazing stories to share. But what is the single most profound assignment that really stands out for you? The assignment that you've actually undertaken in Soweto.
Yes, one of the most incredible assignments that I've done, and that the whole world was watching, was Mandela when he came out of prison. For me, that was one of the most incredible moments of my time when I stood in front of him at his house in Vilakazi Street, and for about 15 to 20 minutes, I spent time chatting with him. I was with one of the two photographers, and outside there were about 100,000 people coming to meet him. And to have that moment of time when the world's eyes were watching on him and I was chatting was just an incredible time of a moment. And the photos I've took that time are now used, for example, the Nelson Mandela Foundation.
We've all seen those wonderful photographs. They're hanging at the Nelson Mandela Foundation. They're quite famous as well, those photographs. How does that make you feel to have your work,
I feel very humble about
so well recognized.
Very humble, and being a part of South African history, and feeling that when I fought against apartheid, that some of these images are there showing my part, or the result of my part, that we got freedom in South Africa. So for me, it's a very special moment in my life, and for my family, and for all my friends and people that have seen it. And so for me to go back now to Soweto and take pictures and see the upliftment of a town that was struggling in the past, finding themselves under a harsh period of time, being enlightened, seeing the culture, seeing the vibe. It's an incredible feeling, and I'm so proud of it, and taking people from all over the world to see, hey, this is what's happening. Look how people are uplifting themselves, and you see it in the streets. You see it in the art, you see it in the architecture.
There's this rich aliveness, this vibrant spirit in Soweto that's alive.
Absolutely, and it's almost the saying that they felt Ubuntu, this word Ubuntu, which is such an incredible word about bringing togetherness, the Africanness of people, and which the world should actually absorb into their countries. And
through your work, you're actually putting Soweto on the map in a big way. I mean, there was a time that we were not allowed to even mention the word Soweto. I know when I was a kid in school, we advised not to because it was dangerous. And this one time, this education inspector under the apartheid regime came to my school, and I was very brave. I stood up and I gave a speech about Soweto, and I spoke about the people, the amazing people that live in Soweto. It was a very liberating experience for me. But a lot has changed. It's not a shanty town. It's very developed.
Absolutely. Look, there are areas that I do take people to that have kind of not changed. The people have changed, but they're still learning to uplift themselves. A lot of parts, when I explain to people from Denmark, from Beijing, from Jerusalem, from New York, that where we're traveling once was only sand roads, and I point out to numbers on the houses that everybody was reduced to a number. And look at the numbers. So now we have roads, we have electricity, and we have a decent, a much better infrastructure.
Sure, there's some impoverished sections in Soweto, but it's become so urbanized as well, and it's a big tourist destination.
Absolutely, and when people come away from my tours, it's not even a tour, it's an experience. I call it a photographic experience, because I don't like the word tour, because I don't like to go in and come out. I show them the upliftment programs that I'm working with for people like women planting vegetable gardens, or a kindergarten in a shack area where I'm going to actually be bringing blankets for them. And so I get people to be
and of course,
involved.
Speaking about that, you're very involved yourself in the local community.
I have to be, because
that's all I hear about when I chat to you about sponsoring soccer teams, etc. And they really do need it as well.
Yes, and as a South African, I think we all have to be responsible, and we all have to put our initiatives in and help wherever we can, because we can't always rely on government. It's the people that are going to take things into their own hands.
Do you think that there are enough initiatives coming through from local government when it comes to boosting tourism? Because these townships have an amazing role to play in terms of the rich culture it offers and the experience it offers to tourists.
I don't think enough, because I find a lot of young people that come up to me and saying, I love what you're doing, but how do I get involved? And I say to them, you know, I can see you're unemployed. Find a niche in your area where you live in Soweto. Open up maybe a coffee shop, or learn your area, and so you can also take people and show them around. You know, and they think that they've never heard of that idea before. They don't realize the power of tourism in coming to Soweto. You know, South Africa is an incredible destination, but we're far away. So we got to make it attractive for people to spend their money to travel 18 hours, 24 hours from different parts of the world.
And these are the gems. These are the gems. Apart from, you know, the safari experiences that we offer.
Absolutely.
Getting to these little townships and experiencing
Yes,
that.
because people have got to come to Johannesburg or Cape Town and experience before they go to a safari.